Hello racing fans, this is Anthony with BBSN and we are back for yet another session of Red, White, and Blue Racing, the excellent stock car racing simulation from Play Games. And we are at race number 7, and this is the Marathon Southern 600 held at the Southern Super Speedway. And this will be a 60-turn race, a grinder here, and so we will definitely make this a two-part video. And without spending too much time on the usual preliminaries, we will get straight to the race week activities. First off, our two selected TV drivers, Brooks Billovich, who won last week's race at Texas National Motor Raceway, the Fast Safe Supermarket 500, and Trevor Trostel. And Trostel was selected as part of a documentary or a feature this week for Motorsports USA, as they interviewed him about his worst finish of the season and first time in 6 races not finishing in the top 10. So the added attention, as if he needed it, has landed him the coveted second TV driver spot. And we will now see who gets the remainder of these spots. And we are going to have a total of 10 this week, so 8 more drivers will get the TV trait. And first off, Aaron Hartley from the Dick Exum Racing team. And that is going to be a welcome addition and sure to make Mr. Exum happy. Paul Chen, a non-trophy driver. Jeff Daly Jr. And Hartley was undoubtedly interviewed extensively due to his the highest finish of his career, a top 10 finish last week. Graham Pleasant, Lonnie Lane, Julie Justice, another one who gets plenty of attention but won't turn it down. And Donnie Schrupp, a non-trophy driver who has failed to qualify in all but 2 races, I believe, has made it. And Scott Steckel from the 55 race team, and it's going to be the first time that he has gotten into a race. So a couple of big opportunities, 3 opportunities actually, that are just huge for non-trophy drivers this week, and could have an impact on qualifiers that have the trophy trait. So we will get their TV cards out here. Okay, and just like that, the TV drivers are all in place, and we will start with Aaron Hartley, who will automatically get a gold trophy. And Hartley, a 32, and 32 will be team cohesion during race week, placement A plus performance chip. So Hartley is going to end up on the pole for this race, a big boon for Team Exum. And next up will be Paul Chen. And Chen, 34. 34, tire problems during qualifying, placement D. And Chen thought he had achieved a break and did not. So non-trophy driver fails to qualify. Poor Paul Chen. Easy come, easy go. So next up will be Jeff Daly Jr. And Jeff Daly Jr. had a roll of 22. And 22, TV Event X. And 36. 36, appearance on daytime TV talk show, placement C. So trophy driver gains the blue die position in the middle group. So he will qualify in 10th position. Next up is Graham Pleasant, and 51. Driver appears on ESPN Race Week segment, placement C. So he will get the blue die position in the middle group. Graham Pleasant, and 24. 24, positive fan interaction during race week and good times, placement B. Gold driver, placement A. So placement B is top position or blue die position in top group. So he will slide into the 7th place in qualifying. And Lonnie Lane up. 61 for Lane. And Lane, driver does phone-in interview on National Sports Radio Show, placement C. So Lane is going to go to the middle group and join, actually, Paul Chen did not qualify, so never mind that. And next up, Julie Justice, and Justice a 31. Minor altercation with next draw on TV driver during qualifying, both drivers placement C. So that will be the number 2 position. And for Donnie Schrupp, non-trophy driver, top of the bubble stack, that still bodes well for him, but will also result in a feud between the Queen of SCRAM and Donnie Schrupp. And she will go behind Jeff Daly for the 11th spot in qualifying. Next up, we have Scott Steckel. And Steckel, 43. Engine trouble during qualifying, placement D. So 2 of our non-trophy drivers, unbelievable. Draw terrible events and will not even be appearing in the field. And Schrupp did not make out too much better, but at least he's in the field. That's crazy. So Pleasant is in the 7th spot, 63 and 13, 10 and 11, and 45 is in 18th place. So our final 2, the selected TV drivers. I know I shouldn't laugh at Chen and Steckel, but that's why they're not trophy drivers. 24 for Trevor Trostel, and I'm sure he won't get a bad event. Positive fan interaction during race week and good times. Gold driver in placement A. So he is in the number 2 position in qualifying. And actually, that was the blue die position. I didn't even see what that was. We'll just put him there. All right, so 44 for Brooks Billovich, and Billovich TV event X. And 25, Billovich, new crew hire, improves performance, placement A plus performance chip. So Billovich is going to go up into that top spot and get the performance chip. And next we will do our fast qualifiers. So very interesting TV week there. And we will have 6 fast qualifiers. So for fast, gold goes in top available position in top group, silver highest in top group, and bronze highest in middle group, and no trophy goes to the next position in the bottom stack. And 6, so here we go. All right, Kerry Cacchiola, he will go into the 3rd qualifying spot. Or actually, yeah, 6 of them. 3, 4, 6. Jason Leonard, he will qualify in 4th position. Randy Kendrick gets 5th, and the top group is filled up in its entirety. So Evan Utek gets the 8th spot. Chuck Tafaro 9th. So we're going to have a lot of gold drivers here that do not get a stellar qualifying position, as Gary Pine takes the 12th spot in the middle group. All right, now our slow qualifiers. And for slow, no trophy fails to qualify, silver and bronze to bubble, and gold in the bottom where we have nobody, and we have 12 slow qualifiers. So this is going to get brutal here. So Schlegel does not qualify. Ralph Roach does not qualify. 3, Clark Snook qualifies in 20th position. 4, KJ Nakashima, and he is going to go to the bubble stack. 5, Greco gets 21st spot. 6, and Denny Baker to the bubble stack. 7, Nick Holder to bubble stack. 8, Joey Plonka to bubble stack. 9, Kenny Hicks does not qualify. 10, Mooch, of course, does not qualify. I think the only way he qualifies is getting in a as a TV driver. 11, and Cam Crowell goes to the bottom. Wow. Good news is we will only have 3 more drivers that don't qualify out of this group. So that bodes well for being in the bubble stack. All right, everyone else is regular qualifying. So gold, there's no positions left in the top. So gold and silver go to middle, bronze to bottom, and no trophy to the bubble stack. And here we go. Mark 4th to the bubble. Lucas Vanover, next position in bottom group. Ray Bob Walker, 13th spot. Parnell Drake, 14th spot. And Sonny Swain, 24th. Marty Moen, bubble stack. And Jordy Pettis, 15th spot. Wayne Montana, 16th spot. So just 2 more spots in the middle group. Corey Wallace, bubble stack. He will probably be out. Marlon McGarry gets a 17th spot. And Monica Merrick gets the final spot in the middle group. So trophy in bottom and non-trophy to bubble. Bigler, 25th. Bryson, 26th. Disco Stu Urich, 27th. Fenstermacher, bubble, he will probably not qualify. McAtee gets the 28th spot. Chris Wynn, 29. Chase Fetterman to the bubble. Sean Hashhagen, 30. Greg Carl, 31. Robbie Petrosky, 32. And the Alabama Badass Billy Brett, 33. Kevin Pettis, 34. And finally, bubble stack for Alex Hodge, so he will be one that does not qualify for sure. So, Donnie Schrupp makes it in the 35th position. KJ Nakashima, 36. Dangerous Denny Baker, 37th. Vic Holder, 38. Joey Plonka, 39. That slow qualifying group. Tom Rossi, 40. Slow qualifying group was absolutely murder this week, especially on the non-trophy drivers. Mark Forth squeezes in 41st position there, as does Marty Moen. And finally, Corey Wallace gets the final spot on the grid at 43. So we have a few non-trophy drivers in the field, and joining their compadres in the DNQ stack is Fenstermacher, Fetterman, and Hodge. So we are ready to go now, and gentlemen, start your dice. Lap 1 of the Southern 600 is underway. And Aaron Hartley will lead us coming out of the gate. So middle group and 7 is going to be the star quality. So we will start with Monica Merrick. And Monica passes the gas pedal check, and she's going after Trostel. Trostel is going to fight her off. Next up, Lonnie Lane, one of our TV drivers this week, misses the gas pedal check, and a double star for Marlon McGarry. So McGarry, 3 and 3, passes it, and that is going to get it done against Graham Pleasant. So McGarry making a big run early, up to 7th from 17th place, and he's going to take a shot at our leader. And Aaron Hartley, is he going to be able to fight him off? Gets the gas pedal check, and Hartley does not have the star quality. All he has is the 2 bonus for the brake bonus. So he will have to use his performance chip, so that goes early. It will undoubtedly be a factor. Wayne Montana now. And Montana going after the 2nd spot. He's got actually a potential problem. So that will take care of his challenge, and we will roll on the problem chart. 32. And loosen turn, go to end of bottom group. There you go. So Montana chokes there, down to Jordy Pettis. And Pettis passes a gas pedal check. He's going after the 4th spot where Randy Kendrick is, and 3 on the bonus. He does not have the star quality, so that's going to get it done for Jordy. He vaults up into the top 7. Parnell Drake will be next, and Parnell Drake passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after Billovich. And Billovich will going to have to use his performance chip as well to fight Drake off. And Ray Bob Walker with the double star quality. So he's going to hopefully make a run at our race leader, Aaron Hartley here. And he fails a gas pedal check on the first check. He goes again, and this time he's going after Brooks Billovich, and Billovich will not be able to fight him off. So Ray Bob up into 2nd place, Billovich back into 13th. And Gary Pine up next. And Pine, he's going after Jordy Pettis, and Pettis, a 3, is not going to get it done. So Pine, some nifty maneuvering, knocks Pettis back into the middle group and down to Julie Justice. And Justice going after Pine, and she's going to get that done as well. So briefly in 5th place, and back down to 11th in front of the man he just passed goes Gary Pine. And Jeff Daly Jr. And he's going after Marlon McGarry, and McGarry's got the double star, a brake pedal, and the bonus, so he's going to fight that challenge off. And finally, it will be Chuck DeFaro. And DeFaro going after Kerry Cacchiola, and Cacchiola, a 3 is not going to be enough to fight off DeFaro, so a lot of movement early on. Our race leader stays intact, however, as we head into turn number 2. And filling in the gap, Clark Snook in 20th place. He's going to get that done on the gas pedal check, so he's now in the middle group. And here we go. Next lap, and down to the bottom group, that's going to be a control check. So Control and Montana's got it. And he's going to go all the way up to 9th place at Kerry Cacchiola, and Cacchiola's not going to be able to fend him off, so to the back of the pack he goes. And Kerry Cacchiola's inconsistency continues here. Moan, no. 4th, no. Tom Rossi, no. And Joey Plonka going to give it a shot. And Plonka misses the gas pedal check. Vic Holder, no. Dangerous Denny Baker, no. KJ Nakashima's got it. And Nakashima, he's going after 6 even, which is going to be Monica Merrick. And a 6 on the blue die, going to get that done comfortably. So Nakashima vaults up into 18th place. And Donnie Schrupp has it. And he passes a gas pedal check. He's going after the 4 even spot. That's Parnell Drake. And Drake is going to be unable to fight Schrupp off. So Donnie, one of our fortunate TV drivers, made it in on the bubble. Vaults up into 14th place now. Kevin Pettis, and Pettis misses the gas pedal check. The Alabama badass, Billy Brett. And Brett going after 2 odd, which is going to be Gary Pine. And Pine, all he has is the control trait, so Brett's going to move up into 11th and bump Pine back into the bottom group. Petrosky does not have it. Greg Carl does. And Carl going after 3 odd, which will be Brooks Billovich. And Billovich not going to be enough to fight off a blue 6. And Greg Carl now up into 13th place. So a lot of movement happening early here. Sean Hashhagen. And Hashhagen fails a gas pedal check. Chris Wynn, no. Pete McAtee. And a lot of gold drivers in this bottom group so far. McAtee fails a gas pedal check. And Disco Stu Urich. And Urich going after 2 odd, which will be Billy Brett. And Urich has a 2, and Billy Brett's going to get bumped right back down to where he came from. Kurt Bryson. This is the gas pedal check. Austin Bigler. And Bigler gets a gas pedal check barely, and he's going after the 5th position odd. Lonnie Lane there. And Lane has a control but no brake pedal, so Bigler's going to move up into the middle group. Sonny Swain does not have it. Lucas Vanover does. And Vanover going after 4 even. That's going to be Donnie Schrupp. And Schrupp only has a control trait, so Vanover's going to bump him back down and move up into 14th place. Cam Croyle, who has won a race this year, he's going after the number 1 spot even, which will be Evan Utek. And Utek's got the brake bonus but does not have the control skill. So Cam Croyle enters the middle group. And finally Craig Greco. And Greco going after the 5th position even, which will be Graham Pleasant. And a 3 is going to get it done on the blue die for Greg. So Craig Greco up into 16th place and Graham Pleasant down to 20th as we head into lap number 3. And middle group 6 going to be a control check. So Clark Snook has double control, so he's going to try and take a run at our race leader, Aaron Hartley here. No performance chips are left in play. And going after the 4th spot, Julie Justice. And Justice also with double control is going to fight off his first attempt, but he's determined. Here he comes again, and he misses a gas pedal check on this one and has to stay back. KJ Nakashima. And Nakashima is going to get it done, going after Chuck Tafaro. And Nakashima has continued to show surprising skill early in this season thus far. Austin Bigler going to miss the gas pedal check, and Craig Greco. And Greco going after Ray Bob Walker, who has 2 brake pedals and the control and the bonus, but he's got a blue 6. So Greco shows his skill there and knocks the veteran back into the middle group. Lucas Vanover. And Vanover not going to get it done with a blue 1. Greg Carl. And Carl's going to have a problem. So on the problem chart, 34. And tied on track, drop to front of bottom group. So he's going to get a shot to move back into the middle group here at the end of this, if all remains the same. And Jordy Pettis going after the 6th spot, McGarry. And McGarry's not going to be able to defend that as Pettis moves up into 7th place. And been a little bit since he has been amongst our race leaders, but he is there now. Disco Stu Urich, and 1 on the blue die will not get it done. Wayne Montana. And Montana going after Jason Leonard, but he misses the gas pedal check, whiffs on that attempt. And finally Cam Croyle. And Croyle also rolls a 1 blue, so he's not going to be successful as he had his sights set on Trevor Trostel up top. And now with a chance to move back into the middle group will be Greg Carl, needs a 3, does not get it. Graham Pleasant needs a 4, and Pleasant up into 19th place. So on to turn 5 now. And a lot of jostling for position early in this one. This is a marathon, however, not a sprint. And 6, we're going to have a duel. And that is going to go on the fume feud chart. We do have 2 drivers feuding here. Julie Justice is feuding with Donnie Schrupp. So Justice, she will be the rabbit. She is currently up in 5th place, and Schrupp is in the hinterlands in the back. So 7. Rabbit to bottom. Wow. So Justice, that's not going to make her happy if she gets bumped all the way to the back. And moving up top will be Trostel and Pettis, and a shot to move into the top 7 is Cam Croyle, and he fails the gas pedal check. Wayne Montana fails it. Jeff Daly, he fails it. Disco Stu, he fails it. Does anyone want to come up top? And Marlon McGarry says, I do. So he moves up into 7th place, and coming up from the rear pack, Greg Carl is going to get the first shot here, and Carl said it's not that hard to pass gas pedal check, guys. I can do it with a 3, and he's in the middle group now. And heading to turn number 5. And finally, a top group challenge, and this is going to be the Reflex Challenge, better known as the Duran Duran Challenge. And Trostel is going to get the first crack here, looking to unseat our leader. And Hartley, all he has is the 2 on the brake bonus, but Trostel cannot pass his gas pedal check, and that's it. So Hartley doggedly hanging on as we head into turn 6, pit stop to follow this. And another duel, 8, and that's going to be the number 6 cars in the middle group. So Pleasant and Carl, and Pleasant, he's going to take a run at Cam Croyle and gets it done. So Pleasant up to 8th place and a performance chip. And Croyle, and on this track, no change to escape rolls. A repair roll is a +1, however, so this is a very pit-friendly or repair-friendly track. So escape of 10 or less for Croyle, and he gets that done. And Carl is going to think better of it and not make a run, so we are heading to the pits. Lap number 7. And 6 on the pits, TV driver and TV drivers and leader if a TV driver, which he is. So all of our TV drivers are going to get the opportunity to get performance chips. And switching places, Trostel and Greco. And in the second group, Ray Bob Walker going to move up to 8th and bring Bigler with him to 9th. Bumping to 14th and 15th are Pleasant and Montana. And Pleasant already has one performance chip. He's going to get a shot to get another. So Hartley, fast pit, needs a 6. He's got it. So the youngster doing his old crusty boss, Dick Exum proud. Trostel needs an 11. Easy for him. Moving down, we go to Jeff Daly Jr., and he does not get it. He needed a 9. A 5 is required for Pleasant, and he got it. Snake eyes. So Pleasant, 2 performance chips in the bag. And that completes our pit stop. So let's see who's going to take a run at our leader. And that will be Jason Leonard, who needs a 4 or better and does not get it. So Hartley, the race gods are kind to him thus far as we head into turn number 8. And we are going back down to the bottom group and the star quality, and we are also going to have trouble down there. So we will roll for trouble first. And 62 in the bottom group, that's going to be driver number 20. Probably should have just gone from the back, but oh well. And Mark 4th and 4th. Actually does not have a bad pit crew, so he could be okay here. 63 on the problem chart, and that is going to be an unscheduled pit stop. Unspecified reason, roll for repair. So we're definitely in the first third of the race, and he's going to have to get a 9 or better. And he does not, so 4th is done. And he is our first to exit the race here, and he will finish in 43rd place. So tough break, and we will just say engine problems on that. And our first DNF is in the books. And now we will have the star trait checked on the final group. And Justice, all the way from the bottom, she has a star trait. So going after 2 even, and that's going to be Jeff Daly Jr. Daly has a star trait, but that is it. So he will go to the back, and Justice makes her way back into the middle of the pack. Cacchiola now goes for it, and going after 4 even. And 4 even is going to be Graham Pleasant, and he would have succeeded, but Pleasant stacking those chips up and fights him off. Wallace, no. Marty Moen, no. Tom Rossi, yes. And Rossi going after the first spot odd, Austin Bigler. And Rossi's going to pass him. Joey Plonka, no. Vic Holder, yes. And Holder passes the gas pedal check, and he is going after the number 5 even, Chuck Tafaro. And a blue 5 is going to get it done. So Tafaro bounces back, and a whole bunch of movement early in this race. And hopefully this sets us up for an exciting race throughout. And Dangerous Denny Baker passes the gas pedal check. He's going after the 5 odd car, which is Clark Snook. 3 against Snook, though, is not going to get it done, as he has the 2 brake pedals and the star quality as well. So he chose the wrong driver to pick on, as Monica Merritt gives it a shot. And Merritt, she's going after Vic Holder. That's a little bit of an easier mark. So she's going to vault up into 16th place now. Parnell Drake. And Drake, he's going after Snook as well, and Snook's going to fight him off as well. So his second defense in this turn. Kevin Pettis, no. Gary Pine, yes. And Pine, he'll go after 4 odd. And Wayne Montana has a brake pedal, so he fights him off. Petrosky, no. And Brooks Billovich, no. Hashhagen, no. And Wynn. Win passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after 5 even. And that's going to be Monica Merritt, and Merrick not going to be able to defend as Win, who has not done much of that for a couple of seasons now, vaults up into 16th place. Old Pete McAtee, and McAtee is going after Trostel and not going to get it done with a blue 2. Alabama Badass does not have it, neither does Bryson. Lonnie Lane does, and he's got the TV trait. Passes the gas pedal check, and he is going after the 6 spot odd. Greg Carl is going to bump him to the back. So Lane, another TV driver, back up in the middle group. Sonny Swain, and Swain misses her gas pedal check. Donnie Schrupp, do not know how he got a star quality. He misses his gas pedal check anywho. And Evan Utick does not have it. So again, another turn of massive movement as we go to turn number 9. And this is going to be a middle group, and 9 is going to be the heat trait. So always exciting when this comes out. Croyle is going to be the first to try and move into the top 7. And Croyle misses his gas pedal check, goes to Clark Snook. Snook's got it, and he's going after Jordy Pettis, and he's going to easily take that spot. So the snooker up where he belongs. And that takes us down to Randy Kendrick. And Kendrick decides to go after Marlon McGarry, passes the gas pedal check, and McGarry going to be easy prey for Kendrick, who vaults up in behind Snook into 7th spot. And down to Julie Justice. And Justice going to fight her way from all the way from the back of the pack, going after KJ Nakashima, and KJ has no prayer to fight her off. So Justice up into 3rd place. She's already won 2 races this season. And finally, Ray Bob Walker. And Ray Bob is going to go after Jason Leonard, and Leonard has got the heat treat and the bonus, but not going to be enough to fight off the veteran, who vaults up into 4th place now. So turn number 10. And back to the middle group, that's going to be a skill check. So starting with Lonnie Lane. And Lane going after the 6th position Randy Kendrick, and showing some excellent driving skills there. Motivated by his TV appearance, he moves up into the top 7. Next up, Jordy Pettis. And Pettis passes the gas pedal check, but he picked the wrong guy again, and Snook defends easily. Next up, Chris Wynn, and Wynn faces some long odds, but he passes a gas pedal check. He's going after Snook, and finally, Chris Wynn, of all people, gets Snook and bumps him back to 16th place as he jumps up into 5th. An exciting battle between those two, and Snook will remember that for sure. Down to Wayne Montana. And Montana misses the gas pedal check. Disco Stu Urich, and Urich got the gas pedal going after Lonnie Lane, and he's going to bump him back into the 2nd group. So Disco Stu showing the night moves there, gets into the top 7. And that does it for turn number 10, and on to turn 11. And top group challenge, and by the way, our race leader Aaron Hartley has now led 10 laps, so that means he gets a 2nd performance chip, and our unlikely leader no less. So he's in a great position right now, and it's going to be a star check for the top group. So we start with Chris Wynn, and Wynn driving above his head thus far. And for Hartley, 3 or better on the blue die will get it done, and that's going to be the case here. So he'll have to spend that newly earned performance chip to fight off Wynn. And Ray Bob Walker with the double star quality, this is going to be tough. And he has to spend his 2nd. Walker right on his tail. He's going to make another run, and he gets it done. So Hartley A great run to start the race, led for a total of 11 laps. But for lap number 12, we will have a new leader. And it could be Julie Justice. So Ray Bob, he's got the double star. It's going to take a 6 on the blue die to get him. Not going to get it done. And Trostel's going to get 2 cracks at it. Fails the first as he does not get a 6, and the second as well, but he's going to spend that performance chip and vault up into first. So Mr. Consistency, Trevor Trostel, is our leader as we start lap number 12. And a lot of carnage with the performance chips, only 1 left. We go to the second group, and 5 is going to be the TV trait. And Graham Pleasant and Lonnie Lane are the only 2 that have it. So Pleasant, he's got a definite opportunity to move up if he so chooses, and he's going to use that performance chip and go up and knock off Ray Bob from that number 2 spot. And finally Lonnie Lane, and Lane, he has his eyes set on Julie Justice, but a 1's not going to get that done. So on we go to turn number 12. And what we'll do on this one, we'll get the first third of the race out of the way, so it'll take us to turn 20 and probably call it a video. 6 will be a duel, and that is the number 3 cars in the middle group. So that's going to be Vanover and McGarry. Vanover says, I'm going to pass. McGarry says, not me, I'm going after Leonard, and gets it done. So performance chip for Marlin. And now Leonard has to make an escape check, needs a 9 or better, just gets it, goes a little sideways, regains control, and the race moves on. Turn number 13, and clean race so far, no yellow flags. Probably just jinxed it, and another duel. So 8 is going to be the number 6 cars in the middle group. Rossi is going to be the target of Cam Croyle. So Croyle needs a 5 or better, just gets it, and nips Rossi, gets a performance chip, and Rossi's going to have to make an escape roll. And he needs a 9 or better. He's okay. Kendrick's going to give it a shot as well, going after KJ Nakashima, needs a 4, and he gets it. So performance chip for Kendrick, and Nakashima needs a 10 or better, and just gets it, gets a little loose, and he's okay as well. So heading into turn 14 now. And 6, and we are dueling away here. It's going to be the number 6 car in the top group. So Disco Stu, he's going to go after Graham Pleasant in that first spot, and Disco Stu does not get it done. He's going to have to make an escape roll, needs a 10 or better, and tags the wall a little bit, but regains control as we head to turn 15. No harm, no foul. And finally, bottom group, this is going to be a smart check. So smart is going to be trait number 5. And Jeff Daly does not have it. Kerry Cacchiola does. And Cacchiola going after the 4th odd. And Wayne Montana with the brake pedal is going to fight that off. Next up, Corey Wallace. And Wallace, one of our non-trophy drivers to qualify, misses the gas pedal check. Marty Moan, no. Austin Bigler, that's the only thing he does not have. Joey Plonka, no. Chuck DeFaro, no. And Dangerous Denny Baker making another run at that middle group. And he's going after 5 odd, which is Jordy Pettis. And Pettis not going to be able to fight him off, so Dangerous Denny jumps into the middle group, and Jordy Pettis' troubles continue as Vic Holder gets ready to take his run, misses the gas pedal check. Parnell Drake, no. Kevin Pettis, no. Gary Pine, no. Robbie Petrosky, no. Brooks Billovich, no. Hashhagen, no. Merrick, no. And Pete McAtee. McAtee passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after the 4 odd position, which is Wayne Montana. And Montana, all he has is a brake pedal, so tooth and nail fighting there is going to see McAtee slide by into 15th place. The Alabama Badass, Billy Brett, does not have it. Kurt Bryson does. And Bryson, he's going after Denny Baker here, and Dangerous Denny. Not going to be enough. He's got a brake pedal and the smart trait, but a 3 on the blue die gets it done. Greg Carl, no. Sonny Swain, no. Donnie Schrupp, no. And finally, Evan Utek's going to give it a run and finish this out, but he's got a problem. So we will roll that first. And 61. Engine running hot, roll for repair. And we are still in the first third of the race. So Utek, he has got a B pit crew. Just needs a 9 or better, and he gets it done. But that's going to bump him to the back of the pack. So on to turn 16th, and next turn will be a pit. And Trevor Trostel comfortably ensconced up in the lead position. And 3 TV drivers right on his tail. So our top 4, all TV drivers. And we've got another duel. And duel is going to be the 6 car in the middle group. So KJ Nakashima and Rossi. And neither one of those wants to give it a shot. Actually, KJ Nakashima, he's going to go after Lonnie Lane in 11th place and does not get it. So Nakashima needs a 10 or better, and he's okay, maintains his spot. As we head into the pits, and lap number 17. So 4, that's going to be middle group, and 6 is, I believe that is going to be a pit violation. It is. So first we will roll for the driver finder. And 36, driver finder, middle group. It's going to be driver number 3, even. So driver number 3, even, is Lucas Vanover. Excuse me. And just a 1 die 6 there. So black flag, that's going to be too fast exiting the pit. So Vanover going to get bumped to the back of the pack. And technically that would take place at the end of the pit stop, so we're not going to move anyone up into that position yet since it is exiting. We will roll for fast pit, however. So McGarry, he needs a 7. And bingo, that's his second chip. That's going to be huge. Cam Coyle needs an 8. He's got it. Randy Kendrick, a 6, does not. Lonnie Lane, a 6. Yep. Jason Leonard, a 6. He misses. And Ray Bob Walker, a 9. Can't get it done. A 7 for McAtee. He can't get it done. 9 for Clark Snook. Easy peasy for the snooker. And Bryson, a 7. Yes, with the Snake Eyes. Tom Rossi, a 5. Can't get it done. And KJ Nakashima, a 4. No, sir. And now we will move or roll to move up into the bottom group. Have to pass a gas pedal check. Schrupp can't do it. Sonny Swain, and Sonny's up into 19th place. Now let's have a challenger as we exit the pits now for the lead. And 2, that's going to be Julie Justice. So Justice, and she knocks off Trevor Trostel, and we have a new leader. So Trostel leads up through turn 17. Not a lot of lead changes going on in this one. So turn 18 will show Julie Justice in the lead for the first time today. But a lot of performance chips getting stacked up in that second group, and we are going to the third group, and we have a problem. And it is then going to be a rare occurrence, so we will first roll for our problem. And 12. And 12 is going to be driver number 1. So that's our good buddy Donnie Schrupp. Barely still in the first third of the race, but he has an E pit crew. So he needs to roll a 3 or better. And it looks like it's going to be good night for... Oh, and he gets it, the crew. twirling those wrenches above their skill level, and they get him fixed up and back out on the track. Unbelievable. It's going to bump him to the back, but he's still running. So great job by Schrupp's pit crew there. Budweiser's all around, or he comes from a team with a lower budget, so Natty Lights probably. And now we roll for the rare result. So rare result, bottom group, 64. Driver incident, bottom group. So driver incident. Use a driver finder to determine which driver caused the accident. The accident will involve the other driver in the next place ahead or behind, your choice. I'll base that on the decider dice. And both drivers roll in their trouble ratings. And always using special procedures and placed in the field on the feud list. All right, so this is going to cause a feud. I apologize it took so long to read it. I do not have my super magnifying glasses on. So let's roll for the drivers in the bottom group here. 54, and that's going to be driver 16, and dot will be in front, blank will be behind. So 16, and then the driver behind, so 16, 17. So Bigler and Marty Moan, of all people, you're really going to pick on him? Dude. I guess so. So Bigler and Moen, and they bump fenders, and we are going to see they have to roll against their escape ratings. And they will be feuding, so 20 and 77 join our feuding list. That makes two sets of drivers now. Schrupp and Justice being the other. So Marty Moan, 8 or better, and he gets it done. And Bigler needs an 11, and he is okay as well. So they are going to maintain their positions there. Actually, they bounce to the back of the pack as they swap a little bit of paint, and they are both upset with each other. So we'll see how that feud plays out as we move to turn 19 now. And middle group and a 9, and 9 is going to be the heat check. So we're going to start off first with Clark Snook, who also has a chip, and that top group is ripe for the taking. And Snook misses the gas pedal check. That's going to force him to waste a chip as he goes after Aaron Hartley. And the youngster who had spent the first 19 turns up in the top 7 now gets bumped back to 15th place. And next up, Ray Bob Walker. And Ray Bob, he's going after Disco Stu Urich, and Urich with a 3, not going to be able to fight that off. Jason Leonard is next, and Leonard is going after Trevor Trostel. Probably a mistake, but not this time, as Trostel surprisingly going to get bounced back into 12th place, and we'll see how he comes back from that. And moving down to Randy Kendrick. And Kendrick's going after Craig Greco, and he fails a gas pedal check, but he's going to use his performance chip to vault up. So second group making good use, and Cam Kroll's got 2 of these babies to waste. He's not going to need to, as he easily moves up in front of Ray Bob Walker. So he's in the top 7 and 2 performance chips to boot. So he's in excellent position as we head into turn 20. And we're probably going to keep going here. Of course we are. So 4, middle group, and a 9. That's going to be a heat check again. So we start with Aaron Hartley, and Hartley looking for a little bit of vengeance, maybe against Snook. Let's see. And it is against Snook. A 4 on the blue die. Snook, though, has the heat check and 2 brake pedals in the bonus. So Hartley, a bold move, but the veteran holds him off. And that's going to take us down to Ray Bob Walker. So Snook questioning the nerve of the upstart Hartley, but he knows he races for Dick Exum, so not a surprise. And Ray Bob's going after Leonard, and he's going to easily pass him, move up into 3rd place now. And heading to turn 21, I think we will take this to turn 25 and call it a part 1. That will give us 35 laps to finish part 2, which should make 2 even videos since we don't have the race week activities. So 2 will be top group, and 4 is going to be a trouble check, and our first one of the race. So let's start with our leader, Julie Justice. She needs an 11 to escape, and does so. Grand Pleasant a 9. He is going to be collected, and we're going to have our first yellow flag of the day. Ray Bob Walker needs a 9. He's good. Clark Snook needs a 10. Good. Kendrick a 9. Snake Eyes, he's good. And Win an 8. And Cam Coyle a 10, and he is good. So Pleasant the only one, and he has a pit crew rating. We're now in the 2nd third of the race, by the way. So pit crew rating of C would be a 1 to 7, and remember we have a +1 to repair here, so he needs an 8 or better. And not going to happen. Grand Pleasant is our 2nd DNF as he collects a chunk of the wall, and he's going to finish in 42nd place in this one due to a crash. So Pleasant is done. And we're going to be under yellow, so everyone will move up. And there will not have to be a replacement roll. So McGarry, he's got 2 chips as well as Cam Coyle. He moves up into 7th spot. And jumping into 19th place will be Greg Carl. And we are good to go. We have 1 turn under yellow, so turn 22 under yellow, and on to turn 23. And that's going to be the bottom group, and that'll be a TV check. So Donnie Schrupp trying to take advantage of the TV trait, and he's going to move back into the middle group. And he's going to take the place of veteran Pete McAtee with a blue 6 there. So smiling for the cameras is Schrupp. And Jeff Daly Jr. will get his crack. And a 1 on the blue die. That probably won't be too good. He's going for even 4 spot. And that's Aaron Hartley. And Hartley is also a TV driver, so that is the only way he could have fended him off, and he does. And I think that is one more. Brooks Billovich, last week's winner, still languishing in the bottom groups, got his shot to move up now. And he's going after Craig Greco and 4. I'm going to get it done. So Billovich back in the middle group, and that does it for our TV drivers. As we head to turn 24, so 2 more turns, and we will wrap up part 1 of the Southern 600 here at the Southern Super Speedway. And middle group, and 2 is going to be a rare event, and we have a problem to boot. So let's roll for that problem check 36, and that will be driver number 3 even. So Disco Stu Urich in a little bit of trouble here. And again in the middle third of the race. So we'll see what the problem is first of all. 62, and clutch problem, roll for repair. So Disco Stu, and again middle third problem. He has a pit crew of B. So 7 is needed there, plus 1 for our track bonus, so 8 or less. And no, Stu is done. So Disco Stew, an early exit in this one due to a clutch issue. And that is a bit of a shocker as well. He will go to the exit DNF pile. And next we will do our rare check. Before, actually there we will actually move everybody up. So Dangerous Denny Baker, and Baker will go up into 19th place. And now we will see what happens on the rare result. So rare result middle group. 34 and 34, rain threatens event. So rain threat. Roll 2 dice, add to determine how many front runner. Okay, I have to go get my more magnified glasses. Old man problems. So it'll be roll 2 die and a 9. So that will be the turn that possible rain will happen, which would be a 1 or a 6 on a 1 die turn, and you will check every time. So 1, 2, 3. So turn 33 will be our possible rain turn, which could occur in the next part of the video. So we will move on now, and this is turn number 25, and this will be the end of part 1. So 5 and a 10 is going to be a smart check for the back group. McAtee is going to get the first crack at moving into the middle group, and McAtee fails a gas pedal check. Vanover, no. UTEC, yes. UTEC, and that was a 6, as was that. So 6 odd, and he's going after Dangerous Denny Baker, easily passes him. So UTEC back up in the middle group. Jeff Daly Jr., no. Kerry Cacchiola trying to make some noise here and passes a gas pedal check, going after 2 even, which is Jason Leonard. And Leonard only has these smart traits, so Cacchiola is going to supplant him in 8th place. And one of only 2 things Corey Wallace has going for him, but he fails a gas pedal check. Plonka, no. Tafaro, no. Jordy Pettis, no. Holder is going to give it a crack. Vic Holder. And going after 5 odd, and Sonny Swain has no chance as Holder uses his smarts to ease by her. Parnell Drake and Pettis do not have it, neither does Pine or Petrosky. Craig Greco, and Greco misses the gas pedal check. Sean Hashhagen, no. And Monica Merrick, no. Montana, no. And the Alabama Badass, Billy Brett. You don't have a nickname of the Alabama Badass and necessarily have smart as one of your strengths. So that wraps up turn 25, and that's going to wrap up part 1 of this video. So we will have, and again, remember, we have a potential rain result on turn number 33, which could shorten this race. It will be past the halfway point, so it'll be official. And so we'll have 35 laps at most to go when we start part 2. So at the end of part 1, your leader in first place is the number 13 team, Julie Justice, followed by Ray Bob Walker, Clark Snook, Randy Kendrick, Chris Wynn, and rounding out the top 7 are Cam Croyle and Marlon McGarry, both in great shape with 2 performance ships, especially if we run a rain-shortened race. So much for part 1. We will be back, and until then, keep rolling for the finish line, and we will see you soon. Bye.